ways to promote functional vision. Common symptoms that we see in the autism population of autism spectrum disorder. They will often visually seek, and then look away when they're reaching for it. They seek out lights, like I said before. They are attracted to lights. We may see them squinting. We may see them providing that visual stimulation. As I just said, they may seek something and then look away before picking it up. And maybe they can manipulate it without looking. I mean, if they can do that, fine. If they can't, they really need to look, then we need to encourage them to look. So one, I don't think I have the slide in here, but one strategy, if you want someone to look, and they don't like eye contact, you can put a sticker right here and ask them, all the kids in kindergarten can all have a sticker, and have them go from one child to another and learn their name and say their name, say what the sticker is, so they're not threatened with eye contact, with they're kind of looking in that general direction, so that's good. And they also have to look at the sticker, they have to look. They have to really have that fixation and see it in order to name what that sticker is. So that would work on a couple of those skills. So these kids often have sensitivity to light, fluorescent lights. Several Grandin said they just really, fluorescent lights, really hard time with it. So some kids may do well wearing sunglasses all day, or they make special glasses called Noir glasses. I used to do low vision with older people. So they sell these glasses that are low vision glasses that decrease the glare, but they're better than sunglasses. I like wearing them when I drive because I can see really, really well. It doesn't make things dark, but it removes the glare. And it may help people who are bothered by fluorescent lights. They can wear a baseball cap or a visor. That could be an adaptation or something that's allowed. If the teacher doesn't want visors, maybe you can put it in their IEP. They need a visor because they are sensitive to light. Or we can look for lighting alternatives, the natural lighting, or if we can avoid fluorescent lights, that's great. And you're not always able to do that, but it's nice when you can. Kids often have impaired depth perception because their eyes aren't working together. I'm going to touch on that in a minute. And they may have difficulty focusing, tracking fast-moving objects. So according to this optometrist, he has books and he has a website, so I did some Googling and I found his information. He wrote that 18 to 50% of individuals on the spectrum suffer. I hate that word suffer, but I think if you have strabismus, you do suffer. From strabismus compared to 3 to 4% of the general population. So strabismus means that their eyes are turning, and they're one or both eyes. It may turn inward, it may turn outward, it may turn upward, it may turn downward. Sometimes they can control it. Sometimes they just can't control it. Sometimes it's treated with surgery. Sometimes it's treated with patching. They'll patch the stronger eye so the weaker eye will work and won't turn in, perhaps. And then an optometrist might recommend certain types of glasses and treat it. I mean, it's really something for an optometrist to address, and then the OTs and others can support the vision plan that the optometrist created. But kids who have strabismus often will have amblyopia or lazy eye because one eye is not working that well. Their eyes aren't going to work together. If their eyes don't work together, they may see double, or it's just uncomfortable and they have eye strain. So when you see kids like this, or they're writing like this, they may be positioning their body in a way so that the eye that's turning or the weaker eye is not working, because they're going to do better having only one eye work, so they may do everything like this. Or, so you may see some eye postures. Maybe it's related to poor eye contact or toe walking. These are the kids, if you see them suppressing one eye or not using one eye, you want to say something and have them see an optometrist and determine. Maybe patching will help that eye, because if they aren't treated in some way, that eye that they're not using is going to suppress until eventually they'll be blind in that eye, and eventually it'll be too late. So we want to try to catch these things, and of course we want them, if they are using both eyes together for binocular vision, it's going to impact their 3D vision. So they may overshoot or undershoot when they're doing the wing stack. That's something we might see. So another strategy to help with vision is to raise materials or to angle materials. And I know Therapro sells a lot of wonderful different types of angling boards, so for handwriting, reading boards. I mean, they're great for reading, they're great for writing, and I use them a lot for putting materials up. And if you think about it, I mean, we OTs and others, PTs too, and moms, we know that we encourage working in the vertical surface. Because when someone's working in the vertical surface, for one thing, it's easier to attend. Everything's right in front of my face. I'm going to be less distracted. If everything's over here, it's just distracting. But if the materials are here, it's right in front of my face, I'm less likely to look all over the place. And so that helps with my visual attention. And of course, there's many other reasons why we love vertical surfaces. You know, it puts the wrist in that great position. When you work in a vertical surface, the top of my head is in the same plane as top is the top. The top of my head, the top of the surface, the top of the line I just drew, the top is in the vertical plane, whereas on the table, top is in the horizontal plane. So it's confusing. So those are just a couple of examples. And in my book, From Rentals to Writing, I have pages of describing why it's really important to promote working in the vertical surface for many, many reasons. But it's great for visual skills. So here's just an adaptation I made for